Hello everybody, this is a letting go quick trick tutorial, and so I'm going to take you through some exercises that I have found helpful in my recovery. And so the first exercise that we're going to do was actually featured in the first episode of Letting Go, and this is just a very basic one, okay? And so essentially this is where letting go all began, and it's just about placing all four fingers on the same string. And you want to do this on all of them, okay? But I started with the open E just because it's the closest one. You don't have to wrap as much, okay? And then you just very lightly press as best you can, okay? However you feel the most comfortable, even though it's going to feel uncomfortable, okay? But you want to make sure that even weight are on all four fingers, and the finger pattern doesn't matter, okay? And just press down, and just let your hand do what it does, okay? Your thumb might squeeze, okay? Just let it be whatever the norm is for you now, even if that norm is very dystonic, okay? And then just release the pressure, okay? Literally just release the pressure. You can see here, okay? That's all I'm doing is just releasing. I'm not lifting my fingers, okay? And you just do that on every string. Okay, and if you want to use the bow so that you can audibly hear what's going on. And that's the first exercise. That's all it is. Okay, and so now let's take it from a different angle. Okay, so here we are. Set up again, just evenly, however your fingers naturally just line up. And by natural, I mean whatever you're used to right now, okay? Whatever the dystonic symptoms are. This finger pattern is obviously not important. We're not looking for any high twos, low twos, or anything like that. It's just whatever angle your fingers naturally fall on the string. And then you just let go. That's it. Just release the pressure. We're not worrying about the thumb, really. Just let it sit however it's going to sit. Try it on all the strings. And then you do this, you can do this without the bow, but eventually I encourage you to use the bow so that your brain can be stimulated by the notes and what you're actually doing. And all this is meant to do is encourage the natural movement of your fingers and muscles at their natural angles, because they have these natural angles and natural movements because of how your hand is uniquely shaped. They might not look like mine, that's okay. But when anybody lets go of something, that's the most natural movement that they have, okay? If you look at anybody's hand, they all look different. But like I said before, when you let go of something, that's the most natural movement that your body can do without any type of force. Now that we've seen it from that angle, the next version of this exercise, you're going to be placing your fingers like this, okay? So across all four strings, first finger being on the G string, fourth finger being on the E string, okay? Again, intonation it doesn't matter. The finger pattern doesn't matter. And so you'll get a chord, if you were to hear the chord, you're going to hear that essentially, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing. Just release. Just release it. That's it. So the same exercise, but just on those angles, okay? Then you're also going to try it the other way. So first finger on the E string, bring your hand across. And again, just very naturally, as lightly as you can, but just very naturally, whatever your hand does, just to get even weight on all four strings, and then just release, okay? And then try it again, and just release. And some of these might be very bad if you start, okay? But just keep them going with very little pressure, both emotionally. You know, you have to do these very emotionally neutral, okay? And then, again, and just let them release however they release. And whatever sensations you feel in your hand, just go ahead and let them ride out, okay? Just let them ride out, okay? Let's go ahead and look at those ones from another angle now. Here's the next exercises. So this one, we're going across all four. Okay, this is what it sounds like. All right, more or less, it might be a little different. Okay, so maybe your fingers naturally maybe you're to that point in dystonia where you're really tight. Maybe they land closer together, or maybe your fingers are just, or your palm isn't as wide. Okay, all of this can affect where your fingers land. That's why we're not worried about finger patterns right now. Okay, and then just press them down and let go. Just let them go. And if your muscles have any spasms, that's okay. Just feel into them and let them happen. The thing is just allowing your body to work this out kind of on its own and find its natural function again. It's got to find what is more natural. If you look at that, my hand, just by releasing the muscle tension, lifts my fingers off the strings anyway. So that takes care of like at least 60 to 70% of the motion you need to take your fingers off the string, just by releasing the muscle, not even by lifting your fingers. Same thing. So if you can see, actually, I felt a little twitch right here. You might have even seen that in my pinky. Okay. Again. Here. This is what this sounds like. Okay. And again, this is a pretty unnatural position, but that's okay. We're just doing the best we can and then just letting it release. Okay. And I can feel that this is the hardest one really anyway that you're really gonna do. So I recommend leaving this one to last. And release. One more time. And then release. If you want to do these with sound, you just do this. Just do a fan. Same thing with these ones. Okay, and you might feel action in here somewhere or in other places, depending on where you feel your symptoms take off. But that's okay, just let them happen. Thanks everyone for joining me on this quick trick tutorial for letting go. These exercises are just the very first group amongst many that I'm developing right now to reconfigure the way you think about playing the instrument. You don't even have to be dystonic for these to benefit you greatly. So it's just about changing the mindset about how we approach the instrument. So we'll see you later, and you know, just let go.